lot better than that techno shit you've been using.
Yeah, it was something. I didn't want to just throw shit up there.
It's good to have an intro. I'm not really a big fan of it, but I didn't do anything about it for a couple weeks because we haven't been recording in a couple weeks.
No, it's been crazy. Hey guys, welcome. It's the MercTown Underground. It's been crazy week and a half, but now we're here. Unfortunately, this is going to be later on in the week, so expect this on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
We didn't go to Clutch and Lamb of God.
Yeah, it kind of sucked. I got screwed at work. You had no one to go with, but other things are going to happen.
It was Providence. I would have gone by myself, but not Boston. I just don't like driving in that city by myself.
I like walking in that city, but driving in that city, like, you're just better off being dropped in the middle of, like, Kansas with no compass.
Granted, I do know the area because it's House of Blues, right?
Yeah, it's right across the street from Fenway.
I probably could have got away with it, but honestly, it was kind of a lazy thing, too.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, as late as we were buying tickets, it probably would have brought us to the fucking ceiling.
I'm not missing American Head Charge, though. That's the 24th.
It's coming up. So anyways, the past week and a half, as we said, has been busy. We missed a concert, working. I think that's pretty much it. I don't really know. What have you been up to? Anything exciting? That
was really bad timing. I've been working a lot, trying to get everything listed on eBay, trying to clean the house, doing a lot of renovation projects around my house, actually. Just trying to make it less of a dump. It's going nice, though. I have my friend Bobby helping me out, so it's been really good.
Bobby's been around?
Yeah, he's been helping me out.
Oh, I haven't seen him in a while. I guess I'll have to come and see him sometime.
He is reasonably handy.
Yeah. Great guy, Bobby. So we're going to get right into everything today. Big.
I thought you were going to talk about house renovations for an hour. Change this into the Home Depot hour.
What is this, home improvement?
The first thing you want to do when you have a wall punched or a hole punched in your wall is to take anger management lessons so you don't do it again. After that, you buy some plaster and cover it over the hole punch. We also realized that you probably might need some sheetrock if you really went through the wall and then pushed through on the other side.
Domestic violence management or help might be needed.
Domestic violence hour at Home Depot. 50% how to help calm down, 50% how to fix that sheetrock that's now in your fist. Let's get right off topic right away tonight.
Yeah.
I like it.
Good. This is a good way to kind of like kick back and relax. It's been crazy.
Domestic violence hour. That sounds like some local access show.
Yeah. That sounded like Channel 14. You know, really poorly produced show.
It's hosted by a 400-pound guy with tattoos and a bald head named Steve.
You know, he has a history of domestic violence, but he wants to turn his life around and help other people who are domestically violating or hurting their loved ones or animals.
He has to have a weird nickname like Diesel or like Raccoon or something that you really don't know why it's a nickname. It's not something like straightforward like Blade, but it's definitely sketchy enough where you're like, how does this guy get a nickname like Raccoon or Diesel? Does he drink this shit?
And he has his guests that come on are people who he was in prison with, but you don't know he was in prison, and you don't know that they were in prison. But they obviously were, but they don't say it.
It's a prison homecoming without the announcement. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
So next week, MercTown Underground becomes the domestic violence hour. We're gonna have Diesel here, possibly his cellmate Bubba.
Well, I'll talk about reshingling your roof.
And we're going to reshingle the roof and fix the drywall.
But in retrospect, honestly, it's actually been an awesome week. Before we get to Civil War did come out this weekend.
We're going to talk about that for a long time.
But first, we want to get a couple other things out of the way. Yesterday or the day before that, Wonder Woman is officially done production. I'm excited. Finally want to see her on the big screen after seeing her in Batman vs. Superman.
It's the same girl that was in Batman vs. Superman.
Gal Gadot, the woman from Fast and Furious.
She's a good actor.
Yeah, she is.
I know you were like obsessed with her when you saw Batman Superman.
Yeah, she was smoking. She was definitely up there in my list of superheroines.
So definitely one of those you would fuck her in front of your girlfriend and just middle finger type of deal.
No.
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 All right. Well, you got standards. That's good.
No. But no, I'm excited for that. That comes out around, I think, June of next year. One big topic before we go to Civil War we want to talk about was the highly unanticipated Ghostbusters movie, and it's highly unliked trailer.
1 million dislikes. That's actually a record, I think, for non-music videos on YouTube.
Does Justin Bieber have Actually, now I'm curious.
It's got to be like Limp Bizkit or like
Limp
Bizkit setting trailer trucks on fire at fucking Woodstock or whatever the fuck he was doing.
I mean, I don't know who anybody 20 years later I don't know how you can 20 years later rationalize why you like Limp Bizkit, especially Fred Durst. He's such a dick.
I actually did some research on him like 6 months ago. Apparently, he's still putting out albums. Not that I would ever listen to him.
Yeah, I just don't know why people would enjoy him at this point. Sometimes just people's personalities. It's kind of like Guns N' Roses. I hear Axl Rose and the things he's done with that band, and he's a dick, and I have no interest in them whatsoever because of that.
I know why people listen to Limp Bizkit.
Why?
They did it all for the nookie. Fucking terrible ass shit. But if you take away the Justin Bieber videos and the Fred Durst videos, this is probably the most disliked video on YouTube in history. And that's saying something. Now, I watched it start to finish. You watched about half of it.
Yeah, it was a horrible half. And it's not even because there are 4 women. They just have 4 actors. I think one of them was on Mad TV, who wasn't so bad, but
they don't have good character builds. It's just like a ripoff of the original with really poor choices for actors.
The first scene where you see the 3 main characters, it's like the opening scene in Ghostbusters. Almost exactly like the opening scene.
And a lot of people are going off on social media. Oh, it's because it's 4 women. No, I would love to see a quality Ghostbusters movie where it's all women, and they're not overly sexualized or sex objects, because that does happen in movies, let's be honest. But there are so many better choices that you could do.
Yes. Yeah, there was so many other actresses you could have picked.
What about like Scarlett Johansson, for example? Like,
I bet you she could be funny.
And she doesn't, she dresses like in leather or whatever for the Avengers, but she's not like overly sexualized or anything.
You could get her, you could get... Oh, I just had a couple others in my head.
What about some of the characters from Arrow? They're all good actors. They could use a break on the big screen. They're not comedy actors.
Oh, you could throw, what's her name who plays, Caitlin. Caitlin, I think, would be perfect in one of those roles.
She was in Justified, actually. And she played a prison inmate when they had the whole prison scene, I think, in season 5. So she actually is a pretty good actor.
So, yeah, actually, I could see her playing a prisoner, especially after how she's doing on Legends of Tomorrow.
There's so many good female actors, and you could make a quality Ghostbusters movie with all females, with quality actors. So the whole, it's because it's all females and no one likes it. Yeah, there's probably some fucking pigs like that out there, but honestly, I just don't like the quality of it.
Okay, so as we're talking about this, I'm doing the lookup. Wow, mostly music. So according to Wikipedia, because this is the first thing that popped up.
Oh, we have statistics?
Not really. It's Wikipedia statistics, so I take it with a grain of salt, but there is a little bit of truth in here because you can do research, easy research. So the worst video on YouTube is Baby, the least liked.
Oh, yeah, I actually called it. Actually, a Bieber video.
And then Rebecca Black's Fridays next.
Not surprising.
Number 4 is Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, which, if I'm not mistaken, got canceled as of today.
I did not hear about that.
I think it got canceled and scrapped.
I saw a brief article about it. And yeah, the video was actually catching up with Ghostbusters. No one was impressed with the video.
It's at number 4.
The Call of Duty one? I knew it was getting a lot of likes. Dislikes, rather. I didn't know it had that many.
Ghostbusters is number 12.
What was number 3?
Number 3 was Urian Felix. I don't know. It looks like a Latino artist. Then Gangnam Style, Miley Cyrus, Nicki Minaj.
So Call of Duty was actually beating Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
No shit.
But besides that, Ghostbusters is the worst. The Ghostbusters trailer is the worst trailer or the worst like movie related video on YouTube.
That's crazy. Hey, maybe the Call of Duty games will actually fucking learn something from this, that you can't keep doing the same thing. I didn't hear why people were so turned off by it. I'm going to actually do some research on that. We'll talk about this next week.
Yeah, we will have to. Next week we'll talk about Infinite Warfare. I mean, that's. Rumor has it that it was canceled. I saw. It might have been something that just popped up
If
online.
it's that far into development, they're probably going to sneak it out, dude.
Yeah, sneak it out into the bargain bin.
Yeah, seriously. I don't know at what point you just pull a game. I know Destroy All Humans, the U.S. release for PlayStation 3 never came out. Although it came out in Europe. I actually own it, and it's pretty good. It's not as good as the first two. It definitely has issues here and there. It's definitely very hard. I think maybe that's why they didn't release it, just the sheer difficulty of it.
I've noticed if there's a game that's too hard outside of the U.S., that's in like Japan, specifically Japan, but also the U.K., Europe, they usually don't release it in the States.
And it's not a difficulty where it's, this is challenging. It's a lot of it is the enemies are spawning where they shouldn't be, almost infinite at points. So you actually really have to think about every single movement, and you actually can stop time. And it's still that hard when you can stop time for a fair.
So everything's precision.
Yeah, there's so much precision, and I've spent many hours on certain parts, and it's definitely frustrating. And I'm definitely thinking, oh man, I really miss those first two games. But it's a Destroy All Humans game that I haven't beat, and it's pretty cool to be playing a game that only came out in Europe on my system in the U.S. There's a little bit of that novelty there too.
So that the PS3 version is for the UK can be played on the American PS3.
As long as you have HDMI, PS3 you can use any region. Unlike the PS2 where you have to have the PAL, the NTSC, the NTSCJ.
That's interesting.
Yes. As long as you have HDMI, the PS3, you are capable of playing any region. I have the European version of Gran Turismo as a collector's item. I have the MotorStorm UK version. I actually collect a handful of games I really like. European's version because they have different cover artwork, all that stuff. When you get OCD like me, that stuff's kind of cool. But yes, that's the fun factoid of the night.
So going back to movies. So this becomes a big issue for me, and I know for you, with this movie. Because the trailers are so bad, and I know the movie is going to bomb now. I have this feeling that the movie... It'll probably make its money because of the marketing for the brand.
Or people that know it's going to suck go see it.
Like us. Because I'm very... I want to see this movie just to review it. Because I'm not one of those people that likes to take everyone else's opinions. Last year, I saw that Fantastic Four movie. Granted, it was bad. There were things I liked about it, but there were things that were bad about it that made it bad. But I saw it anyways, because I was curious. So I'm in the same boat. This might be a Tuesday, cheap movie day, where I don't even buy a popcorn. Jeez.
I'm more interested in seeing this than I am fucking X-Men Apocalypse.
I mean, I'm still going to see that. That's me. But I think Ghostbusters is going to be a let's... I want to give it hope because I think... I think some of the original members involved from the original films are involved one way or the other.
Like behind the scenes type of deal?
Yeah, I think, and I could be wrong. I thought, obviously the director, the guy who wrote it, I forgot his name. The guy who was Egon. He's dead, so he's not involved.
He's dead. He's still involved. He was writing me last night about some final touches to the script.
He wasn't too fond of the trailer himself.
He's actually funding our home improvement projects.
Harold Ramis, yeah, no, Harold Ramis is not involved. I'm like curious. Sorry, I'm not trying to hold everyone up. Okay, so there are cameos. Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and Sigourney Weaver are in it, so they have some involvement.
That definitely is a good thing.
So it gives me a little hope that they've even... Because I know with the video game, Bill Murray was the only person that had problems getting on board. But the game was great. The game, I know, was well received.
What if we went to this movie on a Tuesday expecting to fucking shit on it and it ended up being decent?
Hope for the best, expect the worst. That's the way I'm thinking about it.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we will be seeing that. That comes out, I think, next month, which will be a lot of movies to see next month because I want to see Warcraft. That's coming out next month. This is coming out next month. Probably I'm going to see the new Finding Dory movie, which is fine. Probably sneaking with my nephews so I don't look as gay going to see it.
Hey, video game movies are a thing right now.
Yeah.
I mean, Worldcraft. You got the Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed. Yeah.
I still want to see a Bioshock movie, and I know they had talks about it, but I don't think there's anything on the table about it.
That has to be done right.
Yes.
That movie has to be done right because I think a lot of people like you and me who love those games, if something is off or tweaked, I think we're gonna tweak and we're gonna be pissed.
Definitely gonna take that movie critically. I definitely agree.
Okay, so on Friday, Civil War came out, the new Captain America movie. Start of Phase 3 for Marvel Cinematic Universe.
To talk about jizzing in your pants, it was amazing. I think everyone that I saw it with jizz in their pants.
This movie was absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
You know, all the characters, obviously, you know, Captain America, Bucky, you know, pretty much all the Avengers that were in the movies going back. Great, awesome. I love how they included Ant-Man. Oh, by the way, spoiler alert.
Paul Rudd was beautiful.
Paul Rudd is Ant-Man. And it actually surprised me during the fight at the airport where he turned into Giant Man, where he just blew up. He's just huge. I kind of had a little kid geek moment, you know, going back to when I was reading comics when I was little. Who was your personal favorite? That whole
In the movie?
yeah.
Hawkeye, I always like his one-liners. Paul Rudd was really good. I always wanted to root for Tony Stark, but I found myself rooting more and more for Captain America. And it was a Captain America movie anyway. It wasn't actually an Avengers movie.
No, I mean, the whole Captain America, Tony Stark, the plot there was good. The three things I think that come out of this that were the strongest was the really strong ones. Paul Rudd as Ant-Man and turned into Giant Man towards that fight. Tom Holland as Peter Parker and Spider-Man. I thought he was, like, perfect.
So you feel a little bit more about Homecoming now?
I mean, the name sounds really fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But Tony Stark is going to be in that movie with him.
Oh, I'm definitely going to go see it.
And those two, their chemistry was beautiful.
It really was.
Those two feeding off each... I mean, it's RDJ and this little kid. My personal favorite thing of this whole movie, this absolute favorite thing of this whole movie was fucking T'Challa, King T'Challa from Wakanda, Black Panther.
That guy was amazing.
Like, he came off as a don't fuck with me guy from the first moment he was on screen. I had my mother's cousin's husband told me he's pretty much like Batman meets Captain America from Africa.
The guy's going to kick ass. That movie's going to be amazing.
Like, that movie has gone to my... Like, I can't wait for Guardians 2, but I think Black Panther has shot above that. Like, that's my... I'm anticipating that movie next from Marvel over any other movie.
He looks like he's going to kick some serious ass.
Yes, he was just awesome. The claws, the suit, the attitude. He very calm, but when he was in a suit, he was just
almost a little Punisher-like.
Yeah, a little Punisher, but with a little more meaning, I want to say. Meaning in... He's not just going out to kill anybody in his way.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, he has, you know, a lot more meaning behind him.
We got a possible Black Widow origin story coming out, they said, in a couple of years, too.
Possibly might be in the Phase 4.
They're finally talking about it.
I just think everyone wants to see Scarlett Johansson, just her in her leather suit for 2 hours by herself.
I'd like to see a Hawkeye one.
Hawkeye would be good. What might end up happening, being a comic book kind of nerd, he ends up becoming the leader of what's known as the West Coast Avengers, so that's like him and Vision and a couple others. So if he doesn't get his own movie, I could see him getting his own movie by being the leader of the West Coast Avengers.
Even that would be good.
That would be cool. See him as more of the lead. Because even in the event, he's a lead, but he's not. You know?
He's always good with those one-liners. He's fucking amazing with arrows, obviously.
Yeah.
He's got that persona you want.
Are we still friends?
That was one of the best lines in that movie.
Depends on how hard you hit me.
Those are definitely the two best characters that don't have like their own movie.
No.
The whole Marvel universe too, not just in that movie.
Yeah, I mean, there's
obviously Deadpool would have been my first pick, but he has one now. It just came out on Blu-ray, and I picked it up.
It's unfortunate that Fox owns those rights, and that's not all together with Marvel. Unfortunately, what if Deadpool happened because Marvel's owned by Disney? What if they would allow an R-rated superhero character movie to be created? That's questionable. But there was quite a bit of language in this movie to begin with. This new Civil War. I don't know if you noticed, the language was just upped.
It still was PG-13 though.
Yeah, not a single
maybe
F-bomb,
pushing the boundaries, but I mean, Deadpool was the highest grossing R movie I think of all time.
Yes. I mean, that's kind of obvious why. I mean, we saw how the marketing campaign went. Even for the fucking Blu-ray release. Did you see that? The erectile dysfunction trailer?
No.
Yeah, it was pretty much, you are ready. It's time for you to get Deadpool on Blu-ray. And it looked like something for like erectile dysfunction. And it's like, stop watching Deadpool on Blu-ray if you're vomiting, dizziness, blah blah. It's Ryan Reynolds doing all the voice. So it's
oh my God.
Like, they're not taking themselves seriously, but they're taking themselves seriously by not doing so, because that's the character.
A ton of money.
The moment that second movie comes out, that movie's probably going to make $1 billion. I don't think this one did, but the second one will make $1 billion probably this year.
Now, with all of that going on, that's 2 movies I bought day of releases now, because I got The Hateful Eight the day it came out, now Deadpool. And I'm probably going to get Captain America the day it comes out. So this is a really good year for movies.
And I'll agree with you, because with the Marvel movies, and we were talking about this, which actually next week, or the next couple weeks, we're going to try to narrow down our top 5 Marvel movies. I thought it'd be cool to go back, revisit, and talk about them. But I never have bought, or besides Iron Man and Guardians, I've never watched a Marvel movie outside of the theaters. Neither have I bought any of them. But Civil War, I want. Because that movie was so... If that was its own movie, if there was nothing else but that movie would still be gold.
I still need to see the first 2 Iron Mans.
Yeah, so we got to go back. We're going to revisit them. If not next week, probably by the end of May, we'll have picked our top 5. So,
I don't think either of them are going to top. I'm not a huge Tony Stark fan.
No. I mean, another thing about this movie I do want to point out, what I found interesting. So in the comic book, spoiler, the comic book, they fight. Captain America surrenders because he knows the fight is not going to stop. And then the guy at the beginning, Crossbones, he actually kills fucking Steve Rogers.
Interesting.
And then Sam Wilson, Falcon, becomes Captain America. I like here how they have these 2 ideologies fighting each other. And then at the end, it pretty much was one of those, we're going to kind of split up. We're fugitives, and you're going to follow the law. They weren't, neither of them, I think it was very relevant in today, especially this year with the election going on, not getting too into detail about that, but it was very, okay, this is what one side thinks, this is what the other side thinks, but we're not going to force you to believe either side is right. This is choose your side by what, I think it's really a good conversational movie.
It's definitely going to be in the top 5, possibly top 3 for me this year.
Easily, and it's,
What besides X-Men comes out this year for Marvel? Anything?
Doctor Strange.
Definitely want to see that.
That looks like fucking Inception on crack. With Benedict Cumberbatch.
He's an amazing actor.
I haven't seen one bad thing with him in it.
I don't think there is. He was on Sesame Street, and that was probably pretty good. I didn't see it, but...
Well, we're going to have to watch it.
Yeah, we're going to watch Sesame Street after the show.
Yeah, so Civil War, I'm going to have to give it a probably 10 out of 10. Like, the movie was gold.
Yeah?
Actually, no. 9.9 out of 10, I'll tell you why. One little itty-bitty thing, and it wasn't even the movie, it wasn't characters, it wasn't plot, it was editing. Now, this was me, and actually my girlfriend said the same fucking thing. In most movies, when they decide to do, like, a subtitles of a location, something little pops up on the screen in one of the corners. In this fucking movie, the thing blows up into this big white text that covers the whole image, which, half the time, when it showed up, was over a white image. So you didn't even know what the fuck you were reading.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, there were moments where
Maybe
they
I
go from
didn't see
city
the
to...
text at all.
But that's probably why. You probably would have never noticed. There were sections... The first couple times, I'm like, what the... And I'm like, look, and I'm like, oh, that says 1991. I'm like, why could that just be 1991 in small print up front? Or why does that say Berlin in big... Why... Little stupid shit like that. Like, I don't know who was in charge of fucking subtitles. It's not a hard job. I can go on my fucking Word and do it. You know, let her do your subtitles. But besides that, the movie was practically perfect.
They're gonna re-release it now with better subtitles.
By George Lucas. No! No!
We replaced all the machine guns with walkie-talkies.
And now the subtitles fight. What?
And all the Black Panthers are now Black Kitties, because Panthers are scary.
Another thing I do want to point out on this topic. Okay, so probably the two biggest superhero movies, sandwiched between 2015, 2016, and 2017, have come out. Batman v Superman and Civil War. You can't compare the two. Yes, Civil War has definitely made a lot more money. But these are... I mean, you've seen both. I've seen both. They're really not comparable.
Yeah, Superman versus Batman's gonna get blown out of the water.
Well, a couple points. First of all, if you notice, Batman v Superman had a lot more just plot going on. And that's what DC...
It was a very strong plot.
And I like that. Civil War, you start off with fucking action right off the bat. Like, and there's nothing wrong with either of them. I think both movies, with what they were going for, worked really well. So, I'm not going to say either of them. They were both great movies. I wouldn't place one over the other, to be honest.
The telekinesis girl is pretty interesting, too.
Oh, the little Olsen there? What's her name? Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Which was funny where she's leaving with Hawkeye and she throws fucking Vision into the ground. Then Tony comes back later on. You kind of hurt his feelings.
She's a good character. I don't think she deserves her own movie, but she's an interesting character.
Well, the reason why she's in there and she spent a lot of time with Vision, interestingly enough, in the comic books, they actually have a relationship.
I could kind of see that.
So that's why, if you saw how that was,
Let's just order a pizza. I never ate anything before.
What did I tell you about going through my wall?
The line between Captain America, Iron Man, and the Avengers is very thin anyway.
Yeah. Go see it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to get on Friday with a couple people. We're going to the IMAX, because that's an IMAX-worthy movie.
Nice.
But, yeah, definitely go see it.